We're going to continue our conversation now with Rex Hoggart, Ryan Lafner. Rex, it certainly seems as though Jon Rahm has made a serious commitment to meet the four-tournament obligation that he has to actually be eligible to play on the European Ryder Cup team next year, especially since his wife just gave birth to their third child last week.
It is interesting, and I had a chance to talk with Guy Kinnings, the CEO of the DP World Tour, last week at the President's Cup, and he said as long as Jon does things within the rules, which is what he's doing, he has appealed the fines that come with playing live golf that the DP World Tour has put on those players, but he welcomed them into these events, and he welcomes them into next year's Ryder Cup as long as he does everything he needs to do, and it's clear that this is important to Jon Rahm. As you pointed out, we all know what it means to him for him to be home at this time.
Rex, do you like his chances for us to potentially see him at Bethpage come next summer?
I do. I think this goes back to the issue of what we've seen throughout Jon this year. I think he's still clearly a world-class player. I think he can still dominate a field, and I think he still should be on that team. I think the only question right now is what we've seen sort of at the Olympics and what we saw this week in Spain. On Sunday, he just doesn't seem to have that gear. I'm not blaming it on live golf. I'm not quite sure what the issue is right now, but I would fully expect to see him on that team next year simply because of how important he is, regardless of what tour he plays.
Ryan, great finish that we saw in Madrid. In the last couple of weeks, we had a great finish in Wentworth between Rory and Billy Horschel. We had a great finish with Rory and Rasmus Højgaard the week before that at Royal County Down in the Irish Open. This week, DP World Tour again, the Dunhill Links in St Andrews. Is this evidence that the golf world ought to be looking farther afield at this time of the year when the top players just simply aren't competing as much in the United States?
Yes. Absolutely. I would love to see that. I'd love to see it during the summer as well, when you get sort of a sleepy time on the PGA Tour. I think you could sort of backfill the schedule with stronger events overseas and sort of run up to the Open Championship in that manner. But once the FedEx Cup season ends right around Labor Day, like this is a golden opportunity to sort of highlight and fortify these DP World Tour events that have so much history, that are played on great golf courses, that maybe traditionally lack some higher end fields, that you could infuse some more top end talent from the PGA Tour. And I think this is a perfect opportunity. And look, it feels like old times this week at St Andrews. Rory, Rahm, Hatton, Lowry, Fleetwood. Like this is the best of the best that the DP World Tour can offer, in addition to Brooks Koepka, who's also making a spot start there as well. I think this is certainly the potential blueprint for what you'd love to see if you're a golf fan this time of year.
Yeah, so it's just that, Lav. What are we supposed to make of this? It feels like we get all excited, we enjoy it, and we know it's coming to an edge where inevitably it's going to go back to the same old, same old. How should we process this as fans? Just simply go out and enjoy it?
Yes, savor it for as long as we can, because typically we're just going to get it 4 times a year. Obviously, we all hope that the best players from the DP World Tour are going to be at the European Ryder Cup team next year, whether it's Jon Rahm, Tyrrell Hatton, and the like. These are moments that need to be savored in this fractured landscape. We don't know when there's going to be sort of a reunification of the game. Maybe 2026, more realistically, it probably could be as far out as 2027 and beyond, if ever. So I'm obviously going to be taking the opportunity to watch this week Jon Rahm and Brooks Koepka compete alongside Rory McIlroy again, because it is something that we've dearly missed over these past couple of years.